Yep. Good evening, everyone. So, yesterday we learnt about what is API, and so we learnt about API technologies. We discussed about what is distributed computing, and we learnt about various distributed computing technologies, and we discussed about what is web service, and we learnt about what are issues with the web service, and we learnt about what is API, and we also discussed about various communication specifications. Communication specifications like what SOAP we have, like REST, another one is JSON. These all points we learned in our previous session. So, what is the concept of distributed computing is allowing applications in two different devices or in two different processes to communicate with each other. How they communicate using three mediums are there: SOAP, REST, and JSON. What is SOAP? In SOAP, service consumer will make XML request, service provider will send an XML response. What is REST? Representational state transfer. In REST, the consumer will make a query request and the provider will send an XML or JSON. In JSON, request and response both are in JSON. And what are issues with web service? There are so many distributed technologies like CORBA, DCOM, RMI, EJB. So we have Beans and one more, what is that? So we have remoting. All these are distributed technologies. What is problem with web service? Web services uses only SOAP as protocol. They communicate using SOAP. What is another problem? They can run only on web server. They can use only HTTP protocol. They cannot run across servers or other protocols, right? So what is alternative is API. Actually, API, what is the target of API? So what is the responsibility of API? Already yesterday given a point. Let's see the definition here actually. So here we are using API, application programming interface. What this API does is it provides a business logic. It provides a business logic that enables communication between client, server, and database. It can make the data available. It can make the data available for any device or any operating system service. It can make data available for any device or any operating system service actually. So data can reach everywhere. Data can reach everywhere. Any device, any operating system can understand your data. Actually, designing the logic in such a way that it enables communication. The flow yesterday already I showed you. What is the basic flow is? Suppose you are having a database. So you are having database. So this is the backend some database we are having. Now this is server side technology. So this is the server. And here we write the business logic. We write the business logic. And the business logic that you write here should be in such a way that it connects with the database, gets the data from the database, and it provides the data to application. That means it is in the format of what is it? It is in the form of API. So that what is the target? A PC or a mobile or a watch or a tab, any device must able to understand this data. Anyone should able to understand the data. They may be using different operating system. That means they may be using a Windows, they may be using Linux, they may be using Mac, they may be using Wear OS, they may be using Apple OS, right? Mac, Apple OS means for smartwatches and all. Wear OS is used for smartwatch. Any operating system, any device must able to understand your data. That is the main aim. That is the main aim. What API can do? It provides data in such a way that it is understandable to everyone. It is easily handled by everyone. Anyone can easily manage the data. So now the question in interviews, anybody, actually these APIs started in the early 2000. In the early 2000. When API started, the world's first API was eBay. eBay is the name of the first API. Even today, you have eBay is one of the popular shopping site, is one of the popular shopping application. It is the world's first API. That means APIs started with this eBay. That means on our mobiles, on our PCs, we started using one app which was available everywhere. And that app is what? eBay. After that, so many APIs came. There are so many APIs. Now we have hundreds, thousands of APIs. So APIs main purpose is reach everywhere. That means data should be available anywhere. That's the reason you see weather. When you watch weather forecast, you can see the weather data is available on a PC, on a mobile, on a tab, even on a smartwatch. How data reaches everywhere? It must be lightweight, it must be faster. That is possible by using these two formats. One is XML, another one is JSON. In many interviews, they may ask you like, why XML and JSON are used? What is the concept of XML and JSON? XML is extensible markup language. JSON is JavaScript object notation. Whatever generally data is present in your database, why it is converted into this format and provided to application? Why only these two languages or techniques are used for transporting the data? What is the reason? Why XML and why JSON? Actually, XML and JSON, what is the main intention? Why they are using them? What is the concept? Here we will see. So, what is the point? API uses XML and JSON. Uses XML and JSON. XML and JSON format of data. And what is specialty here is it can run on any server and any protocol. Yesterday already I explained that. Now the question is, why XML and JSON? Why XML and JSON? What is the main concept about XML and JSON? Actually, what is the speciality of XML and JSON is, generally, the first important point, they are lightweight, they are faster, they are cross-platform, so they are lightweight, they are faster, they are cross-platform, they are understandable to any platform, any browser, any device. They use less memory, they are fast. Another major point is they are not infected with virus. They are not infected with virus. Not infected with virus. That means actually what is virus? Virus is a software program. That software program may seize your components, may seize your device, may seize your applications. Actually, virus is vital information under seized. Vital information under seized. Actually, what is the point about virus is, so it is a program which can affect in several ways. Different virus, different behaviors are present. Some virus, what they do, some virus will not allow to open some apps. Some virus will delete some apps, some files. Some virus will change some extensions of files so that you can't open them. Every virus have different behaviors. Actually, in computer technologies, you will have several threats. You have virus, we have Trojan, we have worms, so many are there. In computer technologies, you will come across with not only just virus. We have virus, we have Trojans, we have worms, so many are there. Actually, virus, I just told you, it will affect in several ways. Do you know what is a Trojan? Generally, Trojans, what they do is, if I install a Trojan on your device, I can monitor your device. I can control your device. That means if I install a Trojan on your computer, I can see whatever you are doing. If I install a Trojan on your mobile, I can see whatever you are doing. Remotely, I can control your device also. That means we have virus, we have Trojans, we have worms. So many problems are there in computing system. One of the major advantages, XML, JSON cannot be infected by them. Why they cannot be infected? Because they have customized data format. This customized data format is unpredictable. That means we cannot predict. For example, in HTML, how to write a heading? We have a tag H1. How to write a paragraph? We have P. That means everybody knows that now a paragraph comes with P element. Everybody knows that heading comes with H element. But in XML, customized tags will be there. Your own tag will be there. That means it will have your own tags. Yesterday I given a XML syntax. How data is maintained in XML. I give an XML syntax. That means, for example, suppose employee data is stored, then it will be like employee. Product data is stored, it will be like product. Student data is stored, it will be like student. In that we have student ID, we have student name. Like this, the custom tags will be there. They are not easy to predict. We don't know what is present. This will be changing. So the main advantage is these are not infected with virus. Another advantage is they are not blocked by firewalls. Not blocked by firewalls. That means they can flow through firewall. They can flow through firewall. They cannot be blocked by firewalls. They can flow through the firewalls. They are not blocked by firewalls. Actually, they doesn't require COM to marshal. They doesn't require COM to marshal. Actually, COM is common object model. Common object model. COM is common object model. Doesn't require COM to marshal. Common object model. What is this COM marshalling is? Actually, this COM marshalling will be blocked by firewalls. And these XML JSON don't use COM marshalling. That is the reason they are not blocked by firewall. They can flow through the firewalls. What is COM marshalling is, suppose in our when you are working in our database, we have an object. So data is in the form of an object. Now this object have to reach you. How it reaches you is, this object is converted into binary. It is converted into binary. And after that, from binary, again it is converted into object, and it is provided to you. That means how data reaches you. Data is in the format of an object. That object cannot directly reach you. First, the object is converted into binary. Through binary, it is transported through wire or Wi-Fi in a network. Then your device will receive it. It will convert that binary again into object and it will show you as object. You will see an object and you will store an object, but data is transported in the form of binary. This process is called COM marshalling, common object model, COM to marshal. Marshalling is the process of converting object to binary and binary to object. Now, converting data into binary and again converting from binary to object is called marshalling. And this type of conversions are blocked through firewalls. That means, in your computers, you will have firewalls. Firewalls will prevent from various spyware, various viruses infecting your computer. Generally, when you are using internet, several virus infection may come, several spywares may come. What these firewalls will do, firewalls are going to identify them and block them. And these firewalls protect your computer. Actually, in your computer, you have firewall now. You can see firewall is present. In your computers, you will have firewalls. You have firewall. This is the firewall for your computer. And actually, this firewall, so you see allow an app through firewall. That means you can allow applications through firewalls. It will show you which app you want to allow, which app you don't want to allow. You can set the settings. That app will not allow to allow any data to come in. Through firewalls, you can manage. These all are allowing data to come. If they are not allowing, then what happens is automatically the data from that app will be blocked by your computer. The data will not come. Data will not come. Data will be blocked, right? That means actually the firewall allows us to control the app data also. For example, in this firewall, what you have done, you selected Netflix data block. Then usually what happens, the data of Netflix will be blocked. Netflix cannot show you the data. But what is the advantage? Even firewall blocks Netflix data, their data will be available to you. Why it is available? Because they maintain data in the format of XML. And they maintain data in the format of JSON. What is the advantage of that? It will allow to pass through the firewalls. That means the data cannot be blocked by firewalls. And it will not use any COM marshalling. COM marshalling is nothing but, what is the point about marshalling? Object to binary and binary to object. That is the COM marshal process. So data is secured actually. Data is secure. So data is more secured. That is the reason this XML and JSON are very much used. XML and JSON are used. So if anyone asks like, why every API gives data in XML form? What is the reason? That means for data, there are so many formats. For data, there are so many formats. Especially why XML and JSON? These are the reasons. Actually, we have in JSON also various formats are there. In JSON itself, again, various formats are there. In JSON, we have different formats. Now, JSON is more lightweight, more faster when compared to what? XML. That's the reason majority, earlier, few years back, API means everybody have to learn XML. Now we are not teaching XML. Earlier we used to teach XML. But now we are not teaching XML. We are just sticking to only one concept, that is JSON. XML is required for the people when they are dealing with web service like concept. So web service. A few years back we used to teach XML, but now we removed it from our contents because it's not required now in the current generation. Very few locations they ask, and they ask for seniors, for not for freshers. So now the generation is going with the JSON, so we are just showing everything in JSON. Actually, whatever APIs you have used in real time, all those APIs earlier were, before API it was web service and everything was XML. We have more better than XML is JSON. So now how this business logic is written, we will see that. Now what we are going to do, we are going to create an API, and to create API in the backend, what we need, Node and Express. So by using Node and Express.js, we can create an API which can handle all the interactions. So let's see how to do that. Means how to create an API, right? Creating API using Node and Express.js. Creating API using Node and Express.js. How to create API using Node Express. Other than Node Express.js, you can create APIs using Java, .NET, PHP, Python. All technologies will provide an option for creating API. Because Java, .NET, PHP, Python, all these technologies have their own server-side scripting. They have their own middleware frameworks. By using those middleware frameworks, server-side scripting, they create APIs. So actually, many people ask one question like, sir, I have learned Java, I have learned .NET, I have learned Python. How to integrate front end with my technology? That means suppose in the front end you will learn React or you will learn Angular. Then do you know what people ask? Sir, how to integrate React with Java? How to integrate React with .NET, Python like technology? That question itself wrong. But many people ask like that. Even on internet also you will find people asking this and showing this. That means integrating React with Java, integrating React with .NET. We don't integrate. There is no concept of integration actually. React is a front-end library. Angular is a front-end framework. In the backend, any technology in the backend, Java, .NET, Python, they will have APIs. When they have API, that API in the front end can be consumed by anybody. That means API we consume, we don't integrate anything. There is no integration. Remember, while learning React, Angular or front-end technologies, you don't even need to know which technology they are using in backend. You don't even need to know what technology they are using in backend. You just need API routes. API routes. For example, in your JavaScript, when you learn JavaScript, suppose when you learn JavaScript, you are using some fake store API, NASA API, some APIs, weather APIs, you are using some API. Suppose fake store API. When I am using this fake store API, you can see in the fake store API, they are providing some routes. And when I select a route, it is going to get me the data and show me the data. And the data is coming in the format of JSON. Now, if you ask what technology they are using in backend, how they designed this API, nobody knows. That means it's not possible. We don't know what they are using in the backend. And a React or Angular or any developer need not to know what is in the backend. That means they just need the URL from where data is coming. You don't need to know whether it is Java APIs, .NET APIs, Python APIs. You just need API because API is everywhere. API can be understandable to every device, every application, every operating system. So the point is we don't integrate with backend. We consume the backend APIs. We don't integrate. We consume the backend APIs. Because I already told you, distributed computing means we have a consumer, we have a provider. Client side, you design a React app. Server side, there will be a Node app. How they communicate with each other? By using API. That means the server app will provide the APIs that you consume and use the data there. You don't need to know the backend technology for that. So here, this API can be designed using any technology. You can use Node, you can use Express, anything you can do. So let's see how to set up. How do we set up an API? While working with APIs, some more libraries are required, which we will see that. First important is to create API. First you have to install following libraries. You have to install the following libraries. In that libraries are there and framework is there. Some libraries, some framework. Actually, Node.js, I don't need to install. Node.js is already present. So what we have to do? We have to install npm install Express is one library. That is actually framework. Huh? So we need to install Express. Already we installed in previous I showed you. We have to install Express. And you have to install CORS. npm install CORS. We have to install CORS. So another one, database drivers. First we will see MongoDB, then we will see Mongo's, two drivers. So npm install MongoDB. Already we have installed this MongoDB. This depends on which database you are using, MySQL or MongoDB, which database you are using. So you have to install Express and CORS, another one MongoDB. Here, Express, you know. What is the purpose of Express? So it is a middleware framework for creating APIs. It is a middleware framework for creating APIs. What is CORS? So cross origin resource sharing. CORS is cross origin resource sharing. So actually it enables and disables. It enables and disables various HTTP requests. It enables and disables various HTTP requests. Various HTTP requests. You can control various HTTP requests by using CORS, Cross Origin Resource Sharing. While working with APIs, this CORS is very important. Actually, sometimes CORS issues also will come. Some CORS issues you will face. CORS issues means nothing but actually we have a server. Server is running on, generally in your computer, your server is running on 127.0.0.1. Now, what is the problem for you is, what is the major issue for you is, you are using only one device for everything. Your one computer, your laptop is working as server. It is also working as client. That means you are the server, you are the client. What is your client IP address? Client IP address also same. Server IP address also same. Client IP address is also same. Database IP address also same. You installed MongoDB. MongoDB is using a MongoDB server. MongoDB server IP address is what? MongoDB server IP address also same. 127.0.0.1. Its protocol is different. Na? Protocol is MongoDB, MongoDB:/127 only. That means in one computer, you are running a server, you are running a client, you are running a database server, web server, database server, client, everybody is running in same place. Only port number is changing. For MongoDB, which port number? This is for suppose database. This is for database. And this is for suppose client app. This is. That means now what happens? Your database is running on 270.17. Your client app is running on 5500 or 3000, 4200, anything. Your server is running on some other like 4000. So some 4000 is the server IP. That means from the same IP across the domain, that means across the port number, when they are trying to share data, then what happens is your computer identifies it as a threat. Your computer identifies as a threat. That means origin is different. Origin is different, but running on same server. What your app will do? The client app will block the data coming from this. They will block the data coming from there. They will not allow you to use it. This is called as what? CORS. That means cross origin resource sharing. What we have to do as a developer, we need to control. We have to tell that this is safe, don't block it, allow you to access. We need to tell that. That means it is safe, there is no problem, allow to use it. We can even control it. For example, what are the API requests we can manage? API requests, what we can manage? Get, post, put, and delete like options. What is the purpose of get? Get is for fetching. Post is for submitting. Put is for modifying and saving. Delete is for removing. We can design the APIs in such a way that they can do only get and they can do only delete. They cannot do and post. We can control like that. That means we can design API in such a way that they can read the data, they can delete the data, but they cannot post the data. We can design in such a way that they can read the data, they can post the data, but they cannot edit and delete the data. We can control the methods. How we can control the methods? Get should be allowed, post should not be allowed. How we can control? For that we need this course library. By using course library, we can control the requests. That means user can get, but user cannot post. If we don't use course, all are allowed. Get is allowed, post is allowed, put is allowed, delete is allowed. And sometimes some applications, what they do by default, they will allow get, but they will not allow post, put and delete. Then through course, what you have to tell? You have to tell that please allow all. That means now course is going to control the requests that you can manage by using course. Course allows you to design what you want. For example, you see the course library. npmjs.com. This is Node Package Manager. In Node Package Manager, you search for course. When I search for course here, you see this is course. It is a Node.js middleware. And when you open this course, you can see this course is going to control so many interactions. I will show you how do we provide various restrictions. Enabling course related methods. These are asynchronous. Course options are there. So course related, so many will be there. It is having any official website, then we can get more detail from there. It is having only GitHub, then we need to open it actually you see, enable course for a single route. You see this is the course. And see what it is doing. It is doing this in this course. What we are doing, products ID. Course is allowed only for this. Course is allowed only for this. What does it means? It means that in your app, there may be several routes. Other routes are not allowed. Other routes are blocked. Only one route is allowed. And that route, which one to allow, which one not to allow, you can control that. We can even control the methods. I will show the methods. That means what they have done, they have designed in such a way, that only this route is allowed inside this app. Other routes are not allowed. When anybody tries another route, it says that you cannot request this. You cannot request that. So technically, how to control the course, I will show you. There are so many methods. Get method, post method, we can do that. So we need that. MongoDB. Already we know why you need MongoDB. MongoDB is for, it is a database driver for MongoDB connection. It is database driver for MongoDB connection. These are all required. So Express is going to act as a middleware. Course will allow the control of resource sharing, and MongoDB is for communication. Okay, let's create this now and see. So what we will do, so we will set up that in our project. So this is the server app. Right. So I will create one API. I will add a new file, api.js. I am using api.js. Now here we are configuring a simple request. First install everything. Express is installed, and MongoDB is also installed. Only one I have to install, npm install, what is it? CORS. CORS and save. Actually, earlier, few years back, we used to install another one called body parser, but now we don't need that because Express internally have body parser from the latest version. From the latest version of Express, they have a body parser. Earlier, even today in several websites, you will see people installing another library called, they install a library called body parser. They install a library body parser. This library is responsible for converting incoming data into JSON. Whatever data comes from a client side, that data is converted into JSON. Because if without converting into JSON, we cannot use the data. We cannot post or we cannot save the data. So body parser is required. Now in modern Node and Express, you don't need that because the Express itself have this body parser internally. So you don't need a body parser separately. Even today, when you see several examples on internet, you will see that they are using a library called body parser. In old projects, you will still see people using this library. Now you don't need this. This is already available with Express.js. So let's see how to do this first. First, after setting up everything, we have to configure constant. First, we need Express is equal to what? Require what? Express. Okay. Next, we need a constant that is CORS is equal to require. Require what? CORS. We need to configure CORS. And after that, we need a constant Mongo client. Mongo client require. So require. So MongoDB. In the MongoDB, you need a Mongo client. So in MongoDB, we need Mongo client. Okay, that is the class. Okay, after that, we will create a connection string. We will create a connection string. CONSTR. Connection string is MongoDB : /127.001:27017. Why I am creating connection string? Because I need this everywhere now. I need get, post, put and delete so that every time no need to write. Okay, now we need to configure an app is equal to, what is it? Constant app, and we need to use what? Express. We are creating an app. Now this app should use, this is already a middleware app. This app is our server side application. This should use this CORS. That should use the CORS. That means what we have to do? App.use. App.use. Our application should use one option. What is it? CORS. It should use CORS. That is compulsory. In CORS, how to set up the settings for only particular requests also I will show you. First, after we see communication, how it works. So application have to use CORS. If application is not using CORS, then post, put, delete not allowed. Only get is allowed. That means only get method is allowed from your API. It is not allowed to post any data, put any data or delete any data. For that you need this CORS. One more important, just now I told you that if you are expecting a client to post data into your API, you have to collect the data, convert it into JSON and send into the database. Then you need one more. What is it? Body parser. But we don't have to install separate body parser. Express have to internally use that body parser. So what we have to do? App.use. Actually, app.use. App.use. We have express.url encoded. URL encoded we have to set up an attribute called extended set to true. After that, we have to define app.use express.json. This method we have to use. Now, what is the point here? What is the concept is nothing but simple. Actually, what happens from the front end, you will design a form. You will design a form. It may be in React or it may be in jQuery. It may be in JavaScript. You can create any form with HTML, React, JavaScript, jQuery, and you submit the data. When you submit the data from a form, you know that data, if it is submitted on GET, it will come as query string. If it is submitted as post, it will come as what? Form body. Now, whatever this form body is present, they are sent through URL. URL encoded. That means through URL, the data is encoded. Encoded means it is converted into a format which is not plainly visible to everyone, easily understandable to everyone. It converts the data and sends the data to your app. This URL encoded data, extended true means allowed to copy that encoded data. That means what Express is doing, it is allowing URL encoded data to come into your app. Otherwise, that data that they post by using a form, that data will be blocked. It will not come. What Express have to do? The API have to allow the data that is coming as encoded format. Whatever data is sent from the client side, it is in an encoded format. That encoded formatted data must be collected by your server side app. And server side, your app is maintained by Express.js. So Express.js have to allow URL encoded data. Extended true indicates that allow to parse, convert the data. After converting the data, converting data means what? How data comes from the URL, we already discussed. Data comes using COM to Marshall, object to binary, binary to object. The data comes in that format. It allows to convert the data. After converting the data, reading all the data, it will convert the final data into which format? JSON. This is mandatory. If you miss these 3 points, get will work, but post, put, delete will not work. Get will work. That means from server side, you can send data to client, but from client side, you can't collect anything because CORS will block it and Express will not able to understand what data is coming. For that, it needs a body parser. As I told you earlier, we have to install a separate body parser and use it. Like what? Constant body parser is equal to, what is it? We need a library called body parser. We have to install it first actually. But now we need not to do that. Why? Because this, observe carefully, this Express URL encoded, it is internally using body parser. It is internally using body parser. That means few years back, this is since 4 version. From the 4 version latest Express.js, it is possible. Earlier, even today, several applications, they use a body parser explicitly, externally. They use body parser externally. Now we don't need to do that. Means you may find in several applications like connecting with which one? MongoDB using Express.js app. So connecting with MongoDB using Express.js app, if any article is posted by anybody few years back, then you will see, suppose what W3 schools people are showing. This is Mongoose. They are using Mongoose. Express is there. Okay, they are using Mongoose. Means any article is posted on internet or YouTube channel few years back means this is how to install communicator. These are all Mongoose connections are there. Somewhere. How to connect. This is 24. These are posted recently, so obviously they will have the latest option only. Old ones express. You see now here they are using a body parser. They are installing a body parser. Body parser, they are installing Express, Mongoose, body parser course. Right? So this body parser is not required now because latest Express have that body parser. You don't do that. Body parser internally it is available, but you will see majority of tutorials on YouTube everywhere they will show body parser. So if any latest is there, they don't need the body parser because internally body parser is available, right? Okay, now what is the meaning of this? Allowed to share data in a network, and next allowed to convert incoming data from URL encoded form and convert the data finally into which format? JSON. That is the point. Next, now we need to use app. We need API routes. So we will create a route for get, post, put and delete. So we will use get. Which one? Suppose I will take example of categories table. There may be so many tables. We will take categories table in sample DB. Categories table is having what? Categories table is having category ID and category name. Two details are present. Let's do that. So what we are doing, get, what is the path? The get path is /categories. Okay. So what is this? It is going to return all the categories. We have request and response. How to connect? We have to use Mongo client dot what? Connect. Connect with the URL is connection string. Already I copied that URL here. I will use that connection string and dot then we have a client object. And through client object, we will connect to database. So client object DB method, na? Which database? Sample DB is our database. Okay. On that database dot collection and the collection name. What is the collection name? Categories. Categories dot what? Find. Find all the records, convert to array. After that, then get the documents and send those documents. Response dot send. It should send all the documents. After that, response dot end. So get method is ready. This get method is going to get all the categories. That is fine. Okay, I will copy the same get method and use another one, categories /1 /:ID. What is this? It is expecting category ID. When you pass the category ID, only that category detail should come. Then how do we write the query now? Database dot what? Collection. Collection is what? Categories. In categories what? Find one. Find one matching with what? What is the field name? Field name is what? Category ID. Matching with what? Parse int. What is it? Request dot params. Params dot ID. And we have dot then get the document and send that document as response. Response dot send. Send the document. After that, response dot end. This is second one. One for fetching all categories, another for fetching only specific category. Okay, next we need to insert categories. That means app dot which method post. Post is for submitting the data, inserting into the database. Okay, what we will do, slash categories. Categories on post will collect the data from us and insert into the category, or we can give a different name like what, add category. Am I right? Add category will add a new category. How to add the category? We have request and response. Now, how do we post the data? First, Mongo connection is same. Up to the Mongo connection is same. Here we have some change. What we need to do? First, we need to design the data. From where we are expecting the data? We are expecting the data from a form. That means in the next level, we will design a form. From the form, we will post the data and we will collect the data and we will insert into the database. So we are expecting a form. We are expecting a form data. So we are expecting one category. We are expecting one category details. Category is an object. It needs two details. One is category ID. It is coming from request dot body. If form submits the data in a post method, data will come in the form of form body. How to collect the form body? Request dot body. From the body, I am expecting a field called category ID. I am expecting a field called category ID. That means what happens in the form? We will have a field called category ID. Its name will be category ID. This category ID data we are collecting here and we are storing in this reference. Similarly, we need another one. What is it? Category name. Request dot body dot what? Category name. Okay, the category is ready. We have to insert it. Database dot collection. What is the collection name? Categories. Categories dot what? Insert one. We have to use insert one. Which record to insert? Category. The category record. After that we have then, and we will put a simple message. So console.log. As of now we will put a message. What is the message? Record inserted. That is the message. Record inserted or category added. Category added. This is the message we will give. After that, we will use response.end. And we have another technique. Instead of ending the response, we can navigate to the categories and show whether it is added or not. That means after adding the category, we can take user to this location. What is that location? It is showing all the categories. That means after adding, we can see whether it is added or not. How to navigate to that location? We can use response.redirect. Redirect allows to navigate from one route to another. To which route you want to navigate? I want to navigate to slash which route? It is what? Categories. That means after adding the category, it will automatically navigate to this one. It will automatically navigate to this one. And it will collect the new categories data and it will display. You can see whether category is inserted or not by using this technique. So this is adding a category. Adding the category. Collect the data and insert the data into the database. Okay. After adding the category, what is the next method? This is adding category. Next method is we need to update the category, modify the category details, right? How you modify the category details? For this, you need another API method. What is that API method? Put. And put method, I will give this method as edit/edit category. Edit category. Edit category is the method. And which category to edit? We have to edit category based on ID. So we are expecting /:, what is it? ID. This is the category ID because you know how to use update command. Update command requires two options in MongoDB. One is find, another one is update. So what we need to do now, request and response. Request and response, what it have to do? Connection and everything is same. Up to this I will copy. Connection and everything is same. Just we will put this option now. What we will use? Database dot what? Collection. What is the collection name? What is the collection name? Collection name is what? Categories. Into the categories, we need to update one. Put is used for updating, post is used for inserting. Okay, update one. What is the update query? Update have two queries. First query is find. We have to find category ID is matching with parse int. Which one? Request dot what? Params dot ID. That is the find query. After that, comma. What is the update query now? After finding the record, we need to add new details now. How to add the new details? You need $set. Am I right? Set. What are the new details to set? Set category ID. Category ID. What is the category ID? Category ID is coming from a form. That means we have to use request dot, what is it? Body. Body dot what? Category ID. And here, one more important point is actually this category ID in the database is a number. And now when you send from a form, it will be in a string. You have to convert this also into number. This also we have to convert into number. So whatever the category ID you are posting, make sure that you converted this into number. That means how do we convert? What is it? Parse int. Parse int, convert that into number. Here also we will do the same. So this category ID, we have to convert that into parse int and convert the category ID. Okay. And one more we need. What is it? Category name. Category name is coming from request dot body dot what? Category name. These are the new details we are submitting. These are the new details we are submitting. So what we are doing? Finding the record based on ID and update that record related details. $set is a MongoDB update query. Set the new category ID coming from the form and set the new category name coming from the form. After that, we will use a then and we will send here a simple then uses a callback function. And here we will put a message console.log. We will say category updated. Category updated. That is the message we are giving. After that, we will response dot redirect. We will redirect to /categories again. Because after updating again, it should show whether it is updated or not. I have to see the list. Okay. This is the update command ready. Now one more option we need to keep ready. What is it? Delete. Delete. That means app dot what? Delete. Delete. And what is the API? Delete category. Delete category /:ID. We have to delete category based on the ID, request and response. Okay. Now the same query I will copy here. And what is the point now? I need to just run the command database dot collection. Collection name is what? Categories. Categories dot what? Delete one. Delete one. Which one? Where category ID is matching with parse int. Request dot what? Parameters dot what? ID. And after that dot then we will send a message saying that what is that? Console.log. What is it? Category deleted. Category deleted and response.redirect. It should redirect to / what is it? Categories. That is all the methods ready. That means now we created a complete API with all the methods. Get, post, put, and delete. Remember, if you don't use these, then only get will work. Post will not work, put will not work, delete will not work. So you need to make sure that you have defined this. And to test this API, currently we don't have any front end. So we will test using Postman. Postman is a debugging tool. Now you know that after creating the app have to listen. Listen on which port number, suppose 4040. And we will put a message console.log. What is it? Server started at http://127.001:4040. And okay. Now we will start this API. CD src. And here we are having api.js, node api.js. Then it says server started and it is running on this particular location. Now let's test all the methods working properly or not. So we will open Postman. We will open Postman. Postman is one debugging tool. We will open the Postman debugging tool. In the Postman debugging tool, make sure that in the background it is still running, API is running. You should not stop that API. And in the Postman, let's add a new request. So I am deleting all. Yeah. Let's make a new request. You have a plus button and this is the new request. Get request. What is the URL? http://127.001:4040 what? Categories and click on send. This is the API send. It should get the categories and display the categories. That means we have 4 categories here. It is showing all the 4 categories. That means it is displaying the categories related data and showing it. Okay. Already 4 categories are there. I want to add one more category. So I want to add one more category. Then what is the method we have to do? You see, get method one more we designed, /2. That means ID. Then what it has to do, it should get only that particular category and show. That means the second route is also working fine. Okay, next we need to design which method? Post. Let's test the post method. Post method is add category. That is the route name. But into this route we need to pass the data. Where to pass the data? Go to body. Go to body. That means select post method, define the post route, and you have to go to body. In the body, you return URL encoded. Form URL encoded. You said that data will come from form. It will encode the form data. Select this one. URL encoded. Here you entered the key and value. What is the key? The key is category ID. That is the category ID. What is the value? Suppose 5. Already there are 4. I am using 5. Another one is what? Category name. What is the value? Suppose some Apple mobiles. And I click on send. Send. When I click on send, that is inserted. After inserting that, it will navigate to categories list. When it navigates to categories list, you observe the 5th one is added. That means post is working fine. That means we are inserting the new record into the database. It is working fine. Now let's update anyone. How do we update? We have to use which method? Put method. Select the method as put. Okay. Input, what is the route name? It is not add category. It is what? Edit category. And it is expecting a ID. Which product you want to modify? I want to modify number 4, number 3, anything. Suppose I want to modify this kids number 3. I want to modify. Then I will use category /what? 3. That means we are passing the category ID. Third one. Okay, what should be the data inside it? Go to body. In the body, you change the category ID is same. Category ID is how much? 3. And here, put the new category name you want. What is the new category name? New category name, kids fashion, something like this. Kids accessories, I change it to kids fashion. And I click on send. That means it is successfully executed. Now third one is modified. From kids accessories, it is modified to kids fashion. That means put method is also working fine. Now one more option. I want to delete this fifth one. I want to delete the fifth one. Then what is the method you have to select? Delete. Delete. What is the delete API route? What is the delete API route? Delete. Delete what? Category slash which one? 5. Delete category 5 and click on send. And you can see the fifth one is deleted. Now only 4 are there. That means all the API routes are perfectly working. Now your database, your API server side is ready for designing UI. That means we need to create a complete UI from where we can interact. But in API, there are some more points to learn. We have just learned how to create all the API routes for reading, inserting, updating, and deleting. This is one complete example of the API route here. And remember, any database is same. MongoDB, MySQL or other database, but only the point queries will be changing. In Mongoose, you have a different approach to communicate with the database. So we created API and this is the data logic. So what is the file? So add a new file. What is the file name? API.what.js. This API.js, I will copy this entire code. And you see here all the records added, updated, deleted status will be there. I will copy this entire and I will paste this here. This is the API related complete concept. That means how to create an API which handles all the methods. Now what we will do, we will learn some more important techniques about API. In API, how we can design other concepts, restrictions, how to access HTML pages, how to display those pages. That means how your server side app can provide an access to the front end. So that from the front end, we can post the data, it will come and it will insert. That means we can create a user interface and we can communicate with the database. That complete example we will see. If we can design that, that means we created an end-to-end app. We created a complete end-to-end application. So we will see that in the next session. Monday we'll do that, right? In Monday session, we will discuss some more points about APIs, how to work with them. Okay, right.